Hello everyone, my name is Palm, and today we'll be taking a look at the J-35XS Draken. So, we have 3 enemies at the top and climbing, but we also have a few teammates going in to deal with that, so we can just ignore that. Now, the way you want to fly the J-35 is you want to fly it kind of like a bandit, an interceptor. You want to find people that are not paying attention, swoop down behind them, fire an AIM-9J, and then go back up. As you cannot sustain a dogfight with one person, the first person early game, and that's how you need to fly it. So that AV-8 we didn't go for him because otherwise we would have died by his teammates. Now we're going to try and see if we can get a sneaky shot on the F8. Doesn't work out, so now we're just going to extend away, as we don't need to kill ourselves into the enemy team. AV-8C tries to shoot AIM-9G, misses. Now he's going to try and dogfight us. The AV-8C is an interesting plane as it loses its speed quite quickly but has extremely good acceleration. This guy definitely seems like an inexperienced pilot with the way he's flying, as I don't think he's using thrust vectoring. So now what we can do is we can just let him stay on WEP and we're going to try and reverse him and get behind. That's exactly what we do. Fire a missile, his flares aren't enough and tracks, and he's going to be dead. Let's kill number 1. Now, we're going for the Su-22, but we see an F-8 at altitude. And our teammates have the Su-22, so now we're gonna just see if we can get him, but also we're gonna pressure the F-8. The F-8 seems to be going for I don't know who. But now he switches targets to the Su-25. And we fire a missile, doesn't track due to flares. He kills the Su-25. Brilliant teammate. Team kills the Su-25, and we don't get the F-8. Now, the J-35 is also a plane that bleeds a lot of speed. So, you can give away your speed to kill people, but you have to make sure that there's your team around as 1, and 2, that the enemies aren't that close. Because then you're just going to be a sitting duck, and you don't want that. F-8 U2 passes by. He's gonna be killed by teammates. And there's 2 A-10s that are looking mighty juicy. AIM-9L comes for us, flare it. Now we're gonna dive down onto the A-10s. And the A-10s just are not paying attention. We'll fire a missile at 1 that has stopped flaring. Hopefully that connects, which it does. And then we're gonna loop around for the other A-10. Now the A-10 has turned on periodic flares, and we're just gonna gun him down. Severe damage and he's out. He will not be pulling out of that one. Next we have an F8 U2 coming in. And he's not gonna last that long. This F8 U2, he's pulling right into my nose. And I have a whole team around me. So then he tries to disengage, which ends up working. I try firing a missile to see if I can get a sneaky shot in. Just doesn't have the energy. And now he's going to extend away, and I'm starting to notice that I'm running low on fuel, and so I'm going to switch my afterburner for a bit. But now I realize that I'm catching him. I'm going to try and fire another RB-24J at him. He flares it, and MiG-21 shoots him down. Alright, well there's still 2 people alive. And we spot the F-111, and he's just sitting on the runway. So we're gonna go and try and shoot him down. So this is not the runway with anti-aircraft, this is a closer runway. So he's gonna try and take off, and I also notice an F5. Now the F-111, he's not gonna have the energy to go and fight me. So I'm gonna go up, so he just cannot pitch up for me. And if he tries, it's not gonna work. And we're gonna target fire the F5. The F5 is a far more important target here. And that's what we're gonna do. Try to get missile lock on him, and we notice that he's respawned. And as we see him, we're gonna try and gun him down right here. My poor aim, and we get severe damage. But what's interesting is that severe damage on the runway is not good enough. because he can still repair that. And so we're going to try go for another pass, but MiG-21 takes care of him. That's kill number 4. And the F-111 is now alone. He has nobody to protect him. He's slow. He's going to try going for a Hail Mary play. But sadly, it's not going to work out for him. And we're going to try and fire a missile at him. Doesn't get the lock due to flares. My poor aim again. Got a crit. He's not going to be pulling out of that one. But I am worried that the MiG-21 is going to steal it since it was not severe damage. So I'm going to loop back again, try to get the RB-24 off this time. We fire it. His MAW system flares it. Try to use our last 11 rounds to shoot him. Doesn't work. Now I realize I'm extremely low on fuel, so I drop throttle. And that's game. He's pretty much dead here. So 5 kills, MiG-21 left him alone. And on to the next match. I'm not going to show rewards. Alright, so now into the next game. This is the 4-kill game, and most of the time, as you've seen me turn off my radar. Here I realize I could use it to find enemies high up in the sky. And so I see an enemy about 30-ish kilometers away, and I don't know what plane that is. For all I know, he could have radar missiles, so I'm diving close to the mountains just in case. But nothing really happened, and I turn off my radar as there's no need to give him a warning. Whoever we're firing on. As why would we give them a warning when we can stealth strike them, and that's pretty much the only thing you can do in this plane. We go for MiG-21, but he's going away and our team is there. And there's a few people there and a teammate on the other side of the map. So now we're gonna loop around and engage the Harrier. Now the Harrier, he's not really paying attention. Su-25 coming in, but I'll have time to missile the Harrier before he comes in. We go in and waiting. Now we're in optimal firing solution and we fire. Flares it, barely misses. It's a Harrier GR3. And now, as we see the Su-25s coming in, we're just gonna extend up. Just gonna go vertical. Su-25 at altitude, I've never seen that before. And we're gonna engage him. As even with me going vertical, I still have more energy than he has. Now, he's gonna try and tunnel vision me. He's not gonna pay attention to anything else, just gonna go straight for me for a few minutes. And so, I'm just gonna pull him down, as I have a higher top speed than he does, and his wings will rip much sooner than mine will. He tries to get some Hail Mary R60s. Does not work well. And now it seems like he's catching me, but he's not. I just have to pull him straight for a little bit and turn. And very soon we're going to be outrunning him. Yeah, there we go. And we have a pretty big team around over there. So I'm first going to try and get this Su-25 off of me. And that Harrier from earlier is pretty slow. He seems like an appealing target. And so, but a teammate has him, and he's dead. Now, Jaguar. This plane, not very good plane. It's a GR1A. We can just let him go for now. We're gonna fire a missile at him. Maybe it'll hit, maybe it'll not. It's pretty much a gamble. If it does hit, great. If not, that's good too. Severe damage. That'll be kill number 1. And Su-25 cannot flare AIM-9J, and that's kill number 2. This other Su-25 comes in and tries to hit me, but I'm at so low speed that I can reverse a Su-25, and that's what I do. But I realize that he has more energy than me right here, and I don't want to take that. So I'm just going to extend away, get a little bit of my energy back, and then turn back in to kill him. His other teammate is extremely far away. That's exactly what we do. As we loop back for the Su-25, his other teammate is starting to come in. He won't be here for a little bit, but still. So we're gonna chase the Su-25 for a bit, maybe scare him, maybe he's gonna slow down, hope for something happening. But then his teammate is coming in, he looks like a far more appealing target that's coming towards us. And so, we're going in, we're gonna fire a missile at him. We still have 3 missiles left, so I'm not gonna try and conserve the missiles. Critical hit, but it seems like he's still flying and it only says damage of the fuselage. So, I don't believe he's dead right here. And I'm gonna go in and try and finish him off. Line up another missile, fire it just as he dies. So, he was dead. And now, this other Su-25 wanted to go and help his teammate. And we're just gonna go up, pull him up with us as I have far more energy than he ever will have. R60, we flare it. I pull him into a vertical, more Hail Mary R60s. And he's not going to be able to follow me up here. I'm already gaining distance on him. Tries firing his guns, not going to hit. Now we're just going to wait for him to stall. I wanted to pull, but I wasn't sure if he stalled. Now when I'm sure, I'm going to pull, push my throttle down a little bit in order to turn tighter. Go on full WEP even with 40 seconds of fuel left. And now, gonna get my energy back and try and fire missiles. I'm super low on fuel. If this missile hits, then it's going to be progress. If not, at least we tried. Severe damage, so it did hit, and that's kill number 4. From here on, not much really happens. It's just my team cleaning up everybody else, and land, make it back to base, lose on tickets, and that's game number 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something today, and bye-bye.